Schumacher just released their new Mi9 touring car platform, and this is the unboxing video. And in the new box we can see a new box art. But also a new thing is that they've used a wrapper around the box and just have a blank box. And I like this because this is more environmental friendly, just to have one box for all kits they have. It's actually the same box for the Eclipse 5 and now for the Mi9. The wrapper includes all kinds of new things and of course some nice box art of the new car. This is a carbon version of this car. You can also order an alloy version, but I just bought the carbon version. Now let's look inside of the box. And on the inside of the box, of course, the first thing we see is the new chassis plate, although it isn't actually new. This is the same chassis as from the Mi8 HTT kit. So if you have a spare chassis from your Mi8 HTT, it's still the same and you can use it, which is great. And then they have three big bags of parts. And all these bags are separated in even smaller bags with step 1 till every next step, 2, 3 and so on. And this is great, so you have all the parts you need for that step and just that step alone. You won't have a big pile of parts and need to search for tiny screws or tiny clips. You just have the parts you need. Let me open one. As you can see in this one, it has all the tiny parts. This is actually step 12 and this is both the front drive shafts. And only the front drive shafts are in this bag, so you won't have any excess pins or clips from other builds. It's just the parts you need. And besides these three bags, something Schumacher always does, and which is really nice, is add all the oil and greases you need. There's some shock oil, there's some diff oil, there's some moly for those drive shafts, there's some thread lock for some of the screws, and this is just great. I haven't seen any other brands do this, but I must admit I drive for Schumacher cars for 10 years now, but I just really like this. So another piece there are the solid upper arms. These are actually the upper arms of the Mi7, but they still fit the Mi8 and still fit the Mi9. And if these adjustable arms are just too hard for you, or you make harder crashes, or you don't want to adjust it, you can switch back to the solid one-piece upper arms from the Mi7, and they're included in the box. Also a nice thing is they have some extra drive pins and extra clips inserted in the box from the drive shafts. So if you lose one, or if you lose one during the build or during driving or during a crash, they even added some more pins for the drive shafts and some more clips. They've also added the tools you need to build, except for the 1.5 and 2 mil screwdriver, but they've added the spanners you need for both the turnbuckles and the lower arms. The top deck, the one-piece top deck, this is also the same top deck as the Mi8 HTT kit, so if you have a spare one you can just use it and put it on the Mi9. Then we have some nice decals, which is always great. Decals make you 1/10 faster in your car, and a nice paint job does even more. And last but not least, the manual. And the manual has even had an upgrade. While the Mi8 manual was already a great manual, the Mi9 has even gone better. They have a lot of extra information notes on this manual, but they also have references to track settings. So for example, these 4 screws in the motor mount can alter the flex in the car, and they refer to the settings for that, and they explain the settings for the flex in the manual. The manual is great and really easy to build the car and really easy to use the car. Another cool feature is that it has the exploded view. So if you need a spare part or anything, the exploded view is there. And like I said, they have all the setup settings explained in the manual. So if it is changing the ride height or front toe or shock angles, they have it all in the manual. And you just need to open the manual and read, so it will help you. Gear ratios are there, and even the spare parts if you want, or not the spare parts, the option parts if you want. They're also here, and the spare parts are also listed, so you can just order exactly what you need. At the end of the manual, we can see there are several different setup sheets, even from AMCA Apeldoorn, where we've just driven the car, for example, but also ETS Down or ETS Apeldoorn, or just a regular carpet or a regular tarmac setup. These are all here, which is great. And then, when you're done building, you get your MI9 touring car chassis. I just finished mine and tested on track, and I really like it. I hope you liked my unboxing video, and there's more to come on spare parts and option parts. So if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. Thank you. Keep racing.